be the one that saves me.
Hello, so there I was playing around with this fabulous Yamaha keyboard, the PSR SX920, and I heard what you've just heard in the introduction to this video. I was struck, overwhelmed in fact, with nostalgic feelings from the 90s because there's a new style, a new accompaniment style in this keyboard, also in Genos 2, that just captures the sound of that song, Oasis, Wonderwall, perfectly. And I had to play around with it. I heard it and I had to develop a chord sequence for it. I had to develop my own voices for it. The tempo is perfect as well. So I had to do a bit of tweaking, but I've made some settings for it, which I'm going to share with you. And not just performing it for you, but also these settings. If you have a SX920 or if you have a Genos 2 and you'd like these settings, I'll send them over to you for free. Just email me at the video, at the email address in the video description. So the first thing I did was make a chord sequence, because it's a sort of simple arrangement of chords, but some of them are a bit complex. So I thought it was easier to use the Chord Looper facility. So for the verse, the bridge and the chorus, we've got 3 different settings here. And what I've done for registration number 1 is I've set it up with an introduction. So we're going to hear 4 beats of drumsticks together, and then it's going to go into the song like this. So what I've done is I've loaded up, and what you'll see on your model when you do this is it'll say average keyboard guy, AKG Wonderwall. So you load that up into your keyboard and then press registration button number 1. I would suggest having Chord Looper open, because you can kind of see what's going on here, and press button number 1. Your synchronized start will go on as well. All you need to do to start this off is just press the start stop button like this. So as you can hear, that starts off the first chord sequence there, and as you go into the verse, the bridge rather, you go to button number 2, and that will switch into the second chord sequence that sounds like this. And then if you press registration number 3, it goes up to the chorus chord sequence. And then I've gone to registration 4, 5 and 6, which essentially repeats each one, but it does it with a slightly different voice arrangement on the right hand side, and also uses a more advanced variation in the backings as well, which is suitable for the trajectory of the song going up and building up as you go along. So let me just play a little bit for you. I haven't been playing it that long, so might get a few bum notes in there, but I'll give you an example of what it's like with the right hand that I've set up as well. Bear in mind, if you've not used chord sequence before, Chord Looper rather, you can play the entire keyboard. You don't have to play chords with your left hand, so there isn't a split point. You can just play melody with your right hand wherever you go. So here we go. Load it up, press button number 1, get your Chord Looper open, and then press start. So there we go. So that's just an example of the first verse of the song, and then I go into the bridge of the song, and it changes the voice and brings in an extra part on the right hand. And then for the chorus, I've brought in some strings as well. In fact, I'll go through them, look. So to start off, I've got just the vintage drive. Then number 2, I've got a synosphere. Just brings in a little bit of extra body. And then for the chorus, I brought in some orchestral strings. And that just fills it out a little bit better. So the other thing I want to show is how you can use an isolated vocal on here, and also going to demonstrate to you, firstly, how cool it sounds, but also how kind of tricky it is to get the timing just right. Because by an isolated vocal, what I mean is I've got Liam Gallagher's voice singing this song with no instrumentation under it whatsoever. So he's just going to be singing over the top of what I'm playing on this keyboard. It's a really fun way to play, but the timing can be a bit difficult. So first of all, I'm going to just reset it, registration button number 1, okay? And I'm going to go to Song Player, and this is a file that I'll share with you as well, by the way. What I'm looking for is going to be called Liam Vox, Liam Vocals, okay? But I found that the way that I've edited this is I need to drag the song until it gets to about number 2. And this in itself is a little bit tricky, but once I've done it like that, I now need to press the play button at just the right time. And I've tried in rehearsal to get this right, and I just keep getting it wrong. But if I really wanted to, I could have edited that song so it starts singing the moment I press the button. But the thing is, he doesn't start singing on the first beat of the bar. It's actually just on the upstroke. But if we get it right, it just sounds really, really cool. So let me load up the Chord Looper again, and we'll see if we can do it.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my Wonderwall.
So there we are. That sounds really great, I think, because I'm a 90s child and I'm having loads of fun playing around with that. But all of these files, if you've got an SX920, you've got a Genos 2, just email me on the email address below, wherever you are in the world, and I'll be happy to share the settings that I've made, the Chord Looper, sequences, the registrations themselves, the isolated vocal as well, and just so we can all have fun playing this particular song. I hope that was useful. Can you help us, please? Send us your support by pressing the thumbs up below this video. It really helps an independent store like us get found here on YouTube. Thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.